state legislation could mean for Pullman PD.
And how COVID is promoting new horrors in one country, here on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Christian Garza.
And I'm Pamela Alarcon. Welcome to Murrow News 8. The Washington State legislation approved 2 more policies accountability bills today. The bills are part of legislation's proposal following the police killings of African Americans, as well as the widespread demonstrations. Both bills look to improve restrictions on police tactics, equipment, and as well as establish widespread understanding of the use of force, such as an outright ban on chokeholds and neck restraints.
Pullman reporter Luke Walker is at the Pullman Police Department to hear from Pullman Police on how the bill will affect them. Luke?
Okay, we're doing it. Go.
Thanks, Christian. Now, I am right outside of the Pullman Police Department. So today, 2 bills were signed into law. The first bill bans or limits the use of police tactics that could result in a loss of life. This includes no-knock warrants, chokeholds, and neck restraints. The second bill changes the nature of the police force statute. Now, previously, officers were allowed to make an arrest by any means necessary. Lawmakers argued that was too broad. So now, under this new bill, officers must make considerations into the circumstances of a situation before they make an arrest. So if someone has a disability, if they're having a mental health crisis, or if someone's pregnant, officers need to consider that before making their arrest. So, and what I am not saying is that Pullman police have been doing all of these things, right? What I am explaining is that this is how the bills affects them. So that's what I got for you. Live in Pullman, I'm Luke Walker.
The new Washington capital gains tax narrowly passed the Senate on a 25-24 vote Sunday afternoon, following a 52-44 vote Saturday night in the House, and it's now headed to Governor Jay Inslee for his signature. This tax would impose a 7% tax on the sale of stocks, bonds, and other high-end assets in excess of $250,000 for both individuals and couples. Retirement accounts, real estate, farms, and forestry would be exempt from the proposed tax, which is expected to bring in $415 million within the first year.
April is National Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, and a local WSU student has launched a fundraiser to increase public understanding, advocacy, and acceptance of individuals on the autism spectrum. Gillis Williams founded Autism Chose Me and hopes to raise at least $1,000 at the end of April, and he hopes to donate whatever money he raises to another nonprofit, including the Isaac Foundation and Autism Speaks, the BIPOC project. Gillis hopes to speak in person next semester to collaborate with WSU in the future of amplifying and his organization's vision in the WSU community.
Washington State University School of Music professor Carrie McCarthy has been named the 2021 recipient of the WSU Library's Excellence Award. The award recognizes a non-library WSU faculty or staff member who has shown consistent support for the WSU libraries. Recipients are chosen based on encouraging students to use the libraries and all of the resources that they provide for the university.
A new study by the Western Journal of Nursing researched Permission to Touch follows the nursing's perspective on interpersonal contact during patient care. Physical contact will provide care an important and unavoidable aspect of the nursing profession. Nurses can also transform touch into a useful therapeutic tool to improve patients and their own well-being. And the study noted that touch and massage techniques are useful tools that are already being employed by many nurses, but that it would be hopeful to clarify the type of interpersonal contact used by nurses and possibly include touch as a competency in the nursing education.
According to the Daily Evergreen, as of April 22nd, WSU Pullman has 26 active COVID-19 cases. One of the 26 cases is a WSU employee, according to the WSU COVID-19 dashboard. Whitman County has a running total of 4,150 cases as of April 23rd. There have been 47 COVID-related deaths and 101 hospitalizations.
Initially seen as a success story, weathering the coronavirus pandemic, India has anything but as the virus races through its population of nearly 1.4 billion. As the rise death toll grows and crematoriums become overwhelmed, cities such as New Delhi have resorted to outside graveries as citizens cremate bodies on the open streets. Today was the 50th consecutive day of 350,000 plus new infections in this country as medical supplies continue to run low. India trails only the United States in the COVID infections.
According to the Associated Press, the U.S. will begin sharing its entire stock of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines with the world once it clears federal safety reviews. The AstraZeneca vaccine is widely in use around the world but has not yet been authorized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. 60 million doses are expected to be available for export in the ongoing months. The Supreme Court is making headlines with its recent decision today.
And an outlook on the weather going into the final week of instruction when we come back.
Washington State University, an institute of...
Wait, let me show you WSU. We're about being hands-on and getting our hands dirty. We bring art to science and science to wine. We build Mars rovers and launch new medical schools, with the occasional pizza break. Now back to work, because we're always moving forward and leaving our mark on the world. Now that's my WSU.
The Supreme Court announced today it will consider the scope of the Second Amendment in a case concerning a New York law that restricts an individual from carrying a concealed handgun in public. In the wake of several mass shootings in the U.S., it has been more than a decade since the court has ruled on a significant case concerning the rights to bear arms. With the exception of California, Florida, and Illinois, people are generally allowed to openly carry firearms, although some states require a permit or a license to do so.
We are having some amazing sunshine today. What can we expect for the week? Alex?
Yeah, Pamela, it was a really nice day out today. It started off a little gloomy, but as the day went on, the weather and the sun kept getting better. As we can see, a high of 58 and a low of 38, some 9-mile-per-hour winds. Nothing too bad. The breeze will be slightly stronger tomorrow. As we move into tomorrow, the breeze will get to about 12 to 15 miles per hour in the morning, but it will dissipate throughout the day. And the good thing about tomorrow is the sun will be here. 63 degrees, mostly sunny. You might see a little clouds, but the sun will be here to stay. And as we move on to the whole state here, we're going to start on the west side here. Seattle with a high of 59 and a low of 45. Cloudy, normal west side weather. As we move on down to Olympia, similar weather, a high of 59, but a little bit colder in the capital of about 39 degrees. We're going to make our way on over to central Washington now, and that's where the good weather is in the state today. 70 degrees down in Tri-Cities, a really nice day, and 67 in Yakima. So if you were in central Washington, hopefully you got out and were able to enjoy that weather today. As we make our way on over to eastern Washington, there's Pullman, as I mentioned it, and Spokane is raining. As we make our way on to the 5cast here, the thing I really want to point out is Thursday. Look at that, a high of 76 and a low of 53. Some really nice weather. And Friday, a high of 70. It's going to be partly cloudy, but some really nice weather for Dead Week. I know it's a little stressful time for everybody, but hopefully you can get out and enjoy the weather. That's all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Alex. How did WSU perform in the Crimson and Gray game this weekend?
And what world record was caught when we come back?
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat, or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
And welcome back. I'm Isaac here with your sports. WSU baseball snuck out a win yesterday, beating California 4-3 to take the series. The Cougs pitchers put up a strong effort, only allowing 8 runs over the 3-game series. WSU lost 4 straight series to Cal until yesterday's victory. The Cougs are now sitting at 19-15 on the season and will face Gonzaga on Tuesday. The Seattle Mariners were unable to come away with a win yesterday, losing to the Red Sox 5-3. While the Mariners were unable to grab the victory yesterday, they were able to split the series with 2 games apiece with Boston. The Mariners are 13-9 on the season with the loss, and they are currently playing their first of 4 games, again a 4-game series against the Houston Astros. WSU football had their spring crimson and gray game this Saturday, and the Cougs offense could not get it going, losing to the defense 74-37. Quarterback Jarrett Guarantano, the Tennessee transfer, lasted 1 play after hurting his thumb. Coach Rolovich said the injury is not serious. 3 other quarterbacks stepped in but were unable to do much more, going for a combined 381 yards through the air. And on the other side, the Cougs defense had a big day, coming away with 5 interceptions. The Cougs still have 2 more workouts this week before the end of the spring workouts. An NFL superstar tight end Rob Gronkowski was in Arizona over the weekend and set a record without the help of Tom Brady. 4-time Super Bowl champion caught a football that was dropped 600 feet out of a helicopter. With the catch, Gronkowski's name is now written in the Guinness Book of World Records. How a battle in Nebraska on Saturday made headlines.
And did people really care about the Oscars? More on Murrow News 8 when it returns.
On Saturday, a historical battle commenced in Nebraska Field. Last year, John Swain started a group message on Facebook with many people sharing his first and last name. In the chat, he sent a date of April 24th, 2021, random coordinates, and said, quote, "We fight. Whoever wins gets to keep the name. Everyone else has to change their name. You have a year to prepare. Good luck." Well, a year passed and hundreds of Joshes got together in costume, fought with pool noodles, and raised more than $10,000 for a children's hospital. The winner was 4-year-old Josh Vinson Jr. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found on... and
have a good night.